Let's get it started. B3 played. Kya? B3? What? Arjun Erigaisi starts the game with 1 B3 against Vidit Gujrathi. And Vidit says, Arjun, I'm taking the center here. And then bishop b2, knight comes out to f6. Knight f3 played by Arjun. Bishop f5, e3, and now h6 on the board. And Arjun actually gives up his very powerful bishop here. Bishop takes f6. Vidit instantly takes back e takes f6. B. By the way, Vidit gets his bishop out to d6. The bishop pair is black's big asset in the position. And so here Vidit says, I will keep the bishops on the board. And that's what he does. And Arjun is like, let's go. He hits the center. Beautiful move by Arjun Erigaisi. And by the way, knight c3, such a risky move. I would have castled before that, because putting the knight here means that you are going to get pinned here. But what Arjun is saying to Vidit is that, okay, you can pin me once, you can pin me twice, but you cannot pin me more times. So I can defend once and defend twice. So that way you won't be able to break through. By the way, Vidit castles here, doesn't really think about pinning or anything, and I'm sure Arjun is also going to castle very soon. Or he might push the pawns here. Yeah, he castles. After castles, knight d7. Vidit bola, bhai, complete karte development. Sare pieces are out now, nicely developed. Queen c2, a6, and Arjun is like, check. I want to trade one bishop with it. How can you keep the bishop pair? Now I have kind of got your bishop. I will exchange it. Full-fledged fight, guys. This is a real fight because 14 moves, no pawns have been traded on the board. So Arjun really wanting to fight and make it as complicated as possible. After bishop b4, bishop e6, queen e6, a3, bishop c3, queen c3, f5, good, cd5, and now Vidit will not take with the c pawn, because taking with the c pawn would give him an isolated pawn, which he does not want. Why should you take isolated pawn? Prudent move for Vidit would be something like king g8, just getting his king back into the game, or playing rook f8. Exactly, he's played that move, rook to e8. This position is equal, and I think could go to sort of a drawish tendency. Vidit, oh my god, look at Vidit. He's going to swing his rook over and then look for an attack. My god. Queen a5. Arjun is like, Vidit, exchanging queens. Let's exchange queens, Come on, Vidit. Let's exchange the queens. And now Vidit can really start pressing here by putting his pawn on d5, kicking the knight, not exchanging the queens. The knight may have to go back in this position. And then, okay, you can even take this pawn, but you may also want to start some sort of an attack here. Oh, b5 played by Vidit Gujrathi.
I didn't even consider this move.
b5 on the board, Amruta, because Vidit generally doesn't go for such weakening pawn pushes, but here he realized that he should not exchange queens and he has played his pawn to b5. Yes. Meanwhile, Vidit Gujrathi, after pushing the knight back to d2, brings his rook over, threatens mate in 1. Arjun Erigaisi stops it, and Vidit says it's time to now weaken the structure even more and plays
h5.
h5 on the board. Arjun stops it with h4.
Look
at how Arjun has got into the position. He's coming from here, but right now everything is defended. You see the c6 pawn is defended by the rook here. Also the knight is defended by the queen.
So what is white right now having as plan? Queen c7 importantly stops some ideas related with f4 as well.
Yeah. Look at this position, Amruta. It's 7 pawns on the board. Such a locked position. And both players are doing pretty well on time.
But anyway, rook c2 has been played.
Amruta, overall in this position, if Vidit does not take care, he can land up in trouble because of this weakness on c6, and Arjun can really mount pressure on it. I want to ask the chat, guys, there is a great move here for black. Can you find it? Come on, guys, try to think. See, there's a long-term weakness you have on c6. You need to get rid of it, and Vidit plays it, found f4, and what a nice move by Vidit, Amruta.
Okay, it is dissolving that pawn.
Because if you take with the g pawn here, then after queen f5, the king is very weak and the h4 becomes weak. And if you take with the e pawn, already it's checkmate here with the queen looking here. So it is terrible.
So that rook c2 did allow this back rank of problem.
But f4 very quick to spot here with it, and it seems like Arjun has to now be careful. Maybe a good idea is to trade queens and then maybe exchange this out with fe3 take rook a6 and play this position.
Oh, it's a complicated rook endgame in fact.
Yeah,
because there can be a race.
with its position, Amruta, Arjun goes for g takes f4, the most fighting line. He says, I don't care that my king is weak, I'm going here. Queen moves to f5. Now Vidit wants to enter and attack. Arjun goes rook d2, and all of a sudden Vidit has decisive advantage. Can Vidit convert it? King f1, now take the h4 pawn. Once the h4 pawn is gone, the queen is entering on h1.
Oh.
And then f4 pawn will also fall, Amruta, because there will be a pin down the e file.
How did Arjun allow this? Matlab, he's not worried about the king or what?
No idea. I think Arjun wanted to
What
fight
would he-
because this is the thing about Arjun, and also first rounds he is not in his best shape many times, like we saw last time against Magnus. Arjun, I'm sure, had spotted queen takes c6 and going into this.
Maybe he assessed the rook endgame was bad for him. That
Exactly.
is also possible. Where then there is no chance.
I agree
Okay.
with you, and that's why he's gone
Clear
here.
miss.
But he has jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. His position now even worse than what could have been in that endgame. Time wise, Vidit has 2 minutes on the clock, and suddenly Arjun's camera is gone. Did Arjun lose his internet or something? Vidit goes queen f3. What a pretty move by Vidit, Amruta. His threat is
No, not
rook
rook f4.
takes
No,
them-
rook f4, queen f4.
no, if the queen moves.
Okay, if queen c6 you mean. Okay, but what if rook c6 Sagar? Anyway, rook f4, queen c6? No.
Rook e3 is
Oh,
a big
rook
threat.
e3. Array,
with
simple
this.
pin, no?
So actually, queen c6 may make some sense here.
Because you at least try to exchange the queens.
But
if
what?
the rook
What?
only
Oh, he's
moves.
taken queen c6. What is Vidit's idea now? Look at Vidit there. He's put his hand on his head. He's thinking really hard. This is how can he continue?
Maybe queen h1 check, king e2, queen takes h4.
They're suggesting go rook e6. Just bring in your other rook into the game, and that is what Vidit plays.
Wow, top form. That is called as top form.
Oof.
Okay, if Arjun gives check here, queen 8, yeah,
Check.
king g7, and
No,
now
no.
d.
Now if he goes king g7, it's already trouble time because of rook c8. And then there is a back rank issue here for black as well. So rook e8 is kind of forced.
So are you saying it's a draw?
I don't know, but
Queen
Vidit
c6.
has to play
No, I
rook
think Vidit will
e8.
play king g7. Because
Yeah.
it's just way more natural to go king g7.
I agree. But when you see rook c8, you do feel scared, and you can repeat once.
So it means what Arjun also made a choice is
Yeah.
practically very interesting.
For sure.
Understanding
For
that
sure.
there is a Vidit goes rook
He
e8.
finds rook e8.
So
Good
queen
move.
c6. He has to find something else other than rook e6. Otherwise it's a draw.
Yeah, correct. But I think Arjun, by the way, if he blunders here with rook c8, Amruta, do you see the winning move? If he blunders here with this move, I think our chat can do it. Lakshya Mundra says, Mamediaro beating Magnus Carlsen. Oh my god, that would be huge.
No, I can't find.
Hey, Amruta, queen h3. Oh, he blunders! He blunders!
This happened?
Oh, it happened!
Arre.
Queen h3 and rook is lost. He blundered.
God!
And look at Vidit there. He's won it. He's beaten. Arjun, a sigh of relief there for Vidit.
Oh
What a
my
big
God.
blunder. I thought Arjun
I
would not play it.
Yeah, and you said like how am I not finding.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. I don't think we have seen such a blunder from Arjun in recent times.
Yeah, this was a huge mistake because after queen h3, he just lost it. He could have gone queen c6, forcing Vidit to find a way to win.
What was the way to win, sir?
Maybe king g7, just keeping the status quo here.
Now your idea is rook e6 because there is no queen 8 check.
Correct. So that was the way. But
man, amazing. What with it, the way he also played, it put pressure on Arjun. Not easy.